What's going on YouTube? It's Oracles, bringing you guys another video. So from today, I'm gonna release a series of videos and I'm gonna title them as Empire Never Give Up. So as you guys probably aware of, with the release of Mortal Empire, the Empire faction, once a great faction in Game 1, has been nerfed to the ground. Now Empire has arguably the weakest infantry, and with a very unreliable handgunners, which was the key of their success in Game 1, and a much weaker version of demi halbs. So what Empire gonna do to survive in a world full of dangerous foes? And as you can see, I changed my off account's name to Empire Never Give Up, and I played a lot of games. So in this episode, we're gonna look at one particular battle, which I'm taking Empire Never Give Up, against Petter's Skaven army. Alright, let's get things started. So, as usual, we're gonna slow things down and take a look of our opponent's army. As you can see, guys, my opponent brought heaps. That's 1793 rats, boys and girls. So many rats, and you can see there were so many layers of the formation as well. 4, 5 layers. So Skaven, okay, we're gonna take a very close look at what exactly my opponent brought. So I'm gonna from this unit here. So at the very back, there's Skaven slave spears and protecting 2 catapults. At the front, there's Plague Monk, the armor piercing one, sensor bearers, 2 of them. And on each side, there's Clan Rat spears and a storm vermin halberds. And then more Clan Rat spears on the flank as well, to just give a very good solid defensive layer of the range unit in the middle. So this line consists of Plague Monks 1, 2, 3, and a assassin, I believe, Lord Stroke as well. And there's an assassin here with Skaven slaves slingers, 3 of them, and in the very front there's 3 Skaven slaves. So pretty much this bit of his army is just cannon folders, and I have to say Skaven slave slingers are very good, and I really value them a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire army of my opponent. Alright, so now let's take a look of my army. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the flatulence and 1 Tattersalls, regiments of renowned flatulence. I have 1, 2, 3 handgunners, and 1 of them is silver bullets. I have a light wither on foot with net and vast protection. I have Boris the Topbringer on the air on his griffin. I have 2 spearsmen unit at the back to protect my handguns, and I have 1 and only royal end of Griffies and another demigryph halbs unit. So alright, that's pretty much everything about the army composition, and let's get things started. So because my opponent brought artillery, so there's no reason I'm not pushing in. And those catapults are firing at my legions already. That's a good chunk of damage already. And artillery is still firing, this time onto the same unit as well. And I'm pushing my demi to the side here and here to perhaps do some flanking maneuver. And I'm hopping over my Boris because there's nothing on the ground really threat my Boris. And at the same time I casted a net on this blob here to just deny the countercharge from the slaves, pretty much. Handguns are open fire. This unit are stacked together for some reason. And this unit of legends are pushing in to the flank, and my demigryphs are charging into the clan rat spears, and same here, charging to this bit clan rat spears. And I put my demis out, and soon this one as well. Boris is coming back for another harassment onto those artilleries. The thing here is, if you wanna run two artilleries, you kind of want to separate them. So it would be wise to separate them a little bit, because if you put them together, they're gonna get occupied by maybe one unit, which is not ideal. And he's responding by diving with his stoneworm halbs. And these guys are very good anti-large units, so Boris is in a little bit trouble, and he also casted some spell on me. It's like a single target spell to take some health of my Boris. Meanwhile, the front line, my flagellants still holding, but they're slowly starting to die out. But on the flanks, this unit is doing great, and my Tattersalls actually beat up a Skaven clan rat unit and pushing as well into this blob. And demis are coming back as well. So I quickly put Boris away because I don't want Boris to take too much damage from those halbs. And demis are charging once again for some support. And this demi actually charged into those Skaven slaves as well. And he's responding by using the halbs to try to counter my demis. I'm pushing with my flagellants to occupy those halbs. And I'm using my Boris to get some damage maybe onto the Lord Stroke, but at the moment he's get pushed away because they popped heaps of abilities. And this is I really hate about handgunners in game 2. You see this unit was here, and because something they were firing at was obstructed, so they just decided to walk all the way here to the infantry fight because those infantry were blocking them. So I had to babysit them back into position, and stuff like this is just really time consuming in a very intense battle like this. And I believe this was a summoned clan rats, so they were targeting my silver bullets, but I'm using this spearman unit to try to counter them but it's not really gonna catch then. And right now it's very chaotic actually. So I'm basically just use my demigriffs to ping-ponging through the ranks and just try to rout them, because these royal end of griffires can cause terror, and same as these units here. I'm just trying to cycle charge with my demigriffs, try to rout as many rats as possible. Meanwhile, using my flagellants, what's left of my flagellants, to try to occupy as many infantry as possible as well. Alright, Clan rats here has been taken care of pretty much, but plague monks are coming in as well. They want some blood as well. And this plague monk actually catch my handgunner unit, which is not really good for me. And here, Boris once again is pulling out, because if you get double teamed on, Griffins in game 2 is dying very fast, so I don't want to take chances. And here, finally I managed to single out Lord Stroke, and in a 1v1 situation, Boris is definitely gonna win. Putting back this demigriff help unit as well to just catch those plague monks and deny them to do some further damage to my handgunners. And the summon unit finally catch my handguns as well, but I don't think they can beat 2 lots of my handgunners. Meanwhile here, Lord Stroke is not having a fun day, of course, as Royal End of Griffires and Boris is double teamed on him. But the helps are here, so I'm putting back them to basically keep them safe from the helps, and route this unit here as well. Tatasos finally just slowly chewing their way into those catapults. And demigriffs catch those plague monks and get rid of them, which is good, and now they are coming back. Royal Andolf is coming back as well into those Skaven slave slingers to stop them from firing at my Tatasos. And here, I finally killed Lord Stroke. But look at my health. Helps and Sanson did just tremendous amount of damage to my Boris. So pretty much at this point I wiped out pretty much everything except the Sanson and those helps. So right now I'm just trying to chase everything out of the map, meanwhile just route everything here. At this point I think I had the win. Soon there will be a mass shatter kicking. Those 2 shattered, bam, mass shatter. Alright, so this is definitely a very chaotic battle, and he did really well with those helps. Just keep putting those helps into my important units, and I think I did a good job by avoid my important units to get caught by the helps. So meanwhile, his artillery didn't really do that great because Boris was keep them occupied pretty much from time to time, and those AP plague monks did okay-ish, but they trade poorly with flagellants for some reason. I guess it's because the ping-pong of the demigriffs really hurt their morale a lot, and plague monks always perform really well. Skaven slave slingers didn't do much, and those cannon fodders didn't do much. So I would say in this army you got some very elite infantry, and you have very good anti-infantry artillery, but you don't really have anything to catch the big units like cavalry and flying lords. So that's definitely something this build is lacking. So meanwhile, take a look at my list. I think Flagellants performed really well despite they pretty much all fought to their death. But look at the kills on Tetasaurus, 225 kills. That's like very, very decent. Demigryphs did okay-ish. They each killed about 100 units. Handguns did okay, and I managed to keep handguns pretty safe, but once again, handguns can fail you from time to time, and you have to be very careful about the macroing. Boris almost got took care of by the double team of Slot Stroke and Sanson, but he managed to survive as well. And all to all, it's a very close battle, and it's very interesting as well. So that's it about this first episode of Empire Never Give Up, and there will be more Empire faction battles coming soon. And thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.